What does the Living Learning Program offer college students? The University of Kentucky's undergraduate housing and residence life says that through living learning communities and residential colleges, we offer students an opportunity to live and learn together in an integrated academic residential environment. The Living Learning Programs, also known as LLPs at the University of Kentucky, is a great way to interact with other people in the community. There are 14 living learning programs, and out of these 14 LLPs, the Arts and Science Wired program seems the most interesting to Velocity and I because they both value community. A&S Wired is a community that is beneficial to all of the students involved. Wired is a technology-based living learning program that focuses on providing a community for incoming freshmen.
All of the LLPs at UK had early move-in for their members. The early move-in was supposed to allow everyone to get a head start in getting familiar with the dorm, making new friends, and building the community. This is exactly what it did.
Moving into a college dorm can be emotionally different for everyone. It can be intimidating, exciting, bad, or good. Moving into Keelan Hall for the first time for me was intimidating. It was chaotic. The first day of moving, you are meeting many new people. From your roommate, resident advisor, to your peer mentors. Peer mentors are upperclassmen who were previously in Wired who are there to help the new members excel in the program. Meeting your roommate is like making a new friend. You're kind of stuck with them and have no choice but to communicate with them. Eventually, you guys may become good friends.
The first night at Keelan Hall, each floor had to go to the basement to be introduced to a few rules, meet the peer mentors, and get their Wired t-shirts. First, floors 1 and 2 went, and then floors 3 and 4. The meeting didn't last long, but it was a really good way for everyone to see who they would be living with for the next semester. There were also refreshments provided, which was really cool. I particularly remember cookies and lemonade. Once a few things had been covered, the peer mentors were introduced. Each peer mentor was assigned a specific group of Wired members. The whole crowd split up into peer groups, and the peer mentors talked to us about a few things. My peer mentor, Andrea, gave everyone in our group her number, just in case any of us would ever need it. She also had us write down our numbers for her so we could always keep in touch. After meeting with our peer mentor groups, we received our Wired t-shirts. At that point, I officially felt like a member of Wired. I had met several new people and received my t-shirt showing that I belonged to something. The basement meeting was the first time Wired members were brought together as a community. It wasn't the full community, but we still met a lot of the people who would be living in Keeneland for the next full semester.
The day after receiving our Wired shirts was the induction ceremony. The shirts we received the previous day were to be worn for the ceremony. At 12 p.m., the whole Wired community met up and walked to the Singletary Center as a big community. During the ceremony, they called out all the names of the LLPs at the University of Kentucky. As they called out Wired's name, we stood up and cheered. Woohoo! Proud to be in the Wired community. As a benefit of being in the LLP, the university gave every student a free LLP shirt.
On the afternoon of the second day, we met with our peer groups again. This time was for the Instagram challenge. The Instagram challenge was designed so that we could get to know campus a bit more. The objective of the challenge was to take pictures at different locations around campus and post them on Instagram with certain hashtags. The peer group with the best pictures was going to win a pizza party. During the Instagram challenge, we not only became familiar with a few places around campus, but we also got to know our peer mentors and other group members a little better. We were all together and having fun taking pictures, and some people walked away from that experience with new friends. The idea of being in a group specific to Wired, reinforced the idea that Wired is a community and wants to make us all feel like we belong.
The major event that was about to happen was the iPad distribution. Everyone was really excited for this event. I mean, who doesn't want a free iPad? I do. So as we met in the basement alphabetically, receiving our iPads, we were also exposed to our first small classroom lesson. The lesson was on how to use the iPads and downloading the apps that can help us academically in the next year. This was great for me because as we went through each direction step by step, some students needed help, like me. I needed help. Each mentor could not help each student, and some students knew what they were doing. The experienced students ended up helping the students who were lost, leading to a friendship that could be created.
The last time we were all together as a community that first week was the Friday everyone else moved in. That night was the K-Week kickoff on the football field. All Keeneland Hall residents, which included WRD members, met in the lobby and walked to the field together. I particularly remember this because that is when I met a good friend of mine. We talked the whole way to the football field. I know if I made a friend just walking to the field, I'm sure a few other people may have as well. This is the last time we were a community before we were released to meet new people from all over campus. Even though we were just walking, it was a long walk and you almost had to talk to someone on the way there. Whether you made a friend or not, at least we were all together, and that is what community is all about.
WRD has continued to make everyone feel like a part of the community and makes the community stronger through other events throughout this whole first semester. These events include coffee chats, after office hours, game nights, tutoring, and so much more. I know I felt like a member of the community from the moment I stepped out of my car on moving day, and that hasn't changed a bit since.